Alright, so here's week 7. I didn't get to watch like the first 15 minutes of Impact this week, so I pretty much had to read and figure out what actually happened, and I could have waited till Thursday to watch the replay and then give you guys a review, but I'd rather just do it now because so much important shit happened tonight on TNA, at least, that I just want to, at least make this video and have it out there right now. Um Alright, so apparently what I missed was AJ came out and starts bragging about, how he beat the Pope at Lockdown the other night and like not talking about stabbing him in the eye or anything. And then he starts bragging about other people he's beat in the past, like Kurt Angle and Sting, and just starts bragging and stuff like that. Then RVD comes out apparently, and I really want to see this, so I'm gonna watch this on Thursday too. RVD comes out and says, "Well, you haven't beat Rob Van Dam pretty much." And then Jeff comes out, Jeff Hardy, and he comes out and says that that he may have, a big head and an ego, but at least he's modest, unlike AJ, who also has a huge ego. And then I guess Hulk Hogan comes out and then makes a match with RVD versus Jeff Hardy for later in the night, and then the winner gets a title shot against AJ later that night too. So, yeah, that was, I guess, what I missed. That's all that I missed. So, then when I figured out it was on at 5 o'clock at my house, I thought it was supposed to be on at 6. But I forgot that it's on at 5 now. It was a knockouts match with Daphne and ODB versus the Beautiful People. It was an okay match, but I mean, it was just pretty much bullshit because the Beautiful People won again, and I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Daphne and ODB as the tag champs, but I don't know. It didn't happen. Anyway, AJ, not AJ, Abyss and Jeff Jarrett come out and they kind of challenge Team Flair, and Team Flair comes out and starts beating down on them, and then Rob Terry comes out and saves them, but like he botches like 2 moves, and he botches a kick to Sting to the head, which looked really fucked up, and then he picks up Desmond Wolfe and almost drops him. This guy's juices so much. It's like, why can't he pick up Desmond Wolfe? Desmond Wolfe's really small. He's just I don't get it. Why is he botching this? It was just, it looked really bad. And after Rob Terry botches, Flair comes out and says, what does he say? Oh yeah, opening line, kiss my ass or something like that. It was pretty funny. But then Bischoff comes out and makes it 4-on-4 later than night. Team Flair versus Team Hogan again. In a 4-on-4 tag match, and apparently Team Hogan has a mystery partner or some shit like that. So there's a promo backstage with Matt Morgan and Shannon Moore, and he's kind of trying to ask Shannon Moore in like the second person, like he does now or whatever, talking for 2 people, if he wants to be in a tag match with him and help him defend the titles or whatever like that. And Shannon Moore says, and then he says like he's like, what do you mean? Are you counting your ego as a second person? Which I thought that was pretty funny. And then he basically tells him to screw off and just walks away, and nothing really happens. But then you see Hogan and Bischoff, and apparently they're buddy again, and I don't know, it was just pretty dumb. And then right before they go to commercial, you see RVD. RVD's like backstage, like walking towards the ring, and they're using that weird filter on the camera that they were using for the TNA reaction show, which they didn't have this week for some reason. But just like this weird filter, and he's just saying like how him and Jeff are cool, and even though they're having the match tonight, like everything's gonna be chill between them and stuff like that. I thought it would look pretty cool, like before they go to the ring. I think they should start filming like that. But anyway, back from commercial. Okay, it's Jeff Hardy versus RVD 2, and the reason it's 2 is because this is a rematch from Invasion 2001, which I have on DVD, and that was like one of the best, matches of way back in the Attitude Era, like, or at least the ending of the Attitude Era. And I've met RVD a couple times, and I've met his wife too. And it's just like that was one of the matches like me and him were talking about because he was saying because we were talking about when I met RVD, we basically talked about Jeff Hardy, and he was just saying like that's one of his favorite matches of all time was the match at Invasion, and this match was just as good. Like seriously, I mean it wasn't a ladder match, but it was crazy as hell. There were a lot of crazy moves just going on, and it was a 20-minute match. It lasted like 2 commercial breaks at least. But around this time, WWE starting, and WWE pretty much tonight was Monday Night SmackDown. And since everybody's stuck overseas because of the volcano, they had nobody to do anything tonight on Raw. So it was just Triple H comes out while this RVD Jeff Hardy match is going on, and they just stall like the whole time. They're just stalling for like a good like 30 minutes. It's like him and CM Punk are arguing. He's talking about Triple H is talking about like Big Show farting and shit like that. Fucking childish as hell. Just complaining him and just cutting promos with CM Punk and talking about CM Punk not washing his hair, and they're just stalling while this like badass match between Jeff Hardy and RVD's going on, and it's just I don't know, it's just so dumb. It's like they were stalling the whole time and just nothing happened. Nothing happened. CM Punk, I mean, I like watching CM Punk do promos and stuff, especially with Triple H. It wasn't bad, but I mean, it was just boring, and would have wasn't really paying attention. So anyway, when after the RVD and Jeff Hardy match, they show RVD and Jeff Hardy backstage, and they're getting interviewed by Christy Hemme, and then they show replays from the match, and so RVD and Jeff Hardy start doing commentary on their own match. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was really funny seeing. They were just like, it's like, oh, that was cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was fucking awesome. Oh, look at this. Like, just it was pretty funny. But then next after that, they had a match. It was Team Flair versus Team Hogan. It was a rematch. And basically, the beginning of the match was just Sting and Jeff Jarrett basically fighting in the crowd the whole time, and it was pretty cool actually seeing them like go like do hardcore, doing like all these hardcore moves in the middle of the, just randomly like out in the crowd. And then eventually the other team members come in, and then once Rob Terry gets there, you see Orlando Jordan like up at the top of the ramp, like in a bubble wrap vest or some shit like that. I mean, it was okay. I mean, at least he wasn't squeezing lube all over himself. I mean, bubble wrap's okay. Bubble wrap vest, keep that. Anyway, the secret, member of Team Hogan turns out to be Samoa Joe. He's back in the old ass gear, and it seems pretty sick. And I'm gonna dig it for like if they're gonna keep Samoa Joe like this, I'm glad. I'm glad they're using him like that again. And anyway, apparently it's gonna be Ric Flair versus Abyss next week, but that's next week. And then last match of the night on TNA was RVD versus AJ Styles, and it was pretty crazy. AJ did a swanton into the crowd and right into RVD's face, like outside of the ring. AJ tripped RVD and then kicked him right in the face, like really hard, like the hard drop kick that AJ does, and it was just crazy. But at the same time this was going on, over in WWE they only had 3 matches. Apparently it was Matt Hardy versus Drew McIntyre. Kozlov came out with MacGruber. The whole MacGruber thing was really funny. Like, I like MacGruber, and I watch Saturday Night Live all the time, so I thought that everything with MacGruber was funny except for the Great Khali bullshit. And R-Truth exploding, that's just so childish. It's as childish as Undertaker and Kane being able to Power Ranger morph into each other. Fucking stupid. At the same time as the RVD AJ Styles match, they're having Swagger versus Undertaker, which wasn't a bad match. I mean, I'll watch anything with Undertaker. But I don't know. Towards the end of WWE, CM Punk had a towel on his head. That was pretty funny. And Jericho and MacGruber was funny. MacGruber versus Kozlov was stupid, and the last match with Ray, Triple H, and Edge was pretty bad. Versus Jericho and the Straight Edge Society. It's just boring because it was, Monday Night SmackDown pretty much. I mean, they didn't have a lot to go with, so, but yeah, anyway, RVD versus AJ Styles, I was really, really doubting what happened, but RVD, new fucking World Heavyweight Champion. What a way to celebrate 420 today. with RVD as the world heavyweight champion. That's all I can say. It was a great fucking night. I'm leaning more towards TNA, even though I did like the McGruber stuff, and WWE did what they could with the people they had, but TNA, fucking blew me away. I can't believe RVD's the champion, and it fits. I mean, they need people to know that RVD is in their company, and this is the way to do it, is making him the champion. That's all I can say.